If you see a pretty bottle around, let me know. It talks, if that helps. Oh, thank you. I was worried that Master Dren had gotten lost when I went to get myself some stew. I guess I just forgot why I set the bottle down. I'll go and get it. Him. As soon as I finish my stew. It's really good stew. That's good. A talking bottle makes me nervous, and it sure made Master Dren crankier than normal. I'll bring it here and keep it safe with his other stuff. Don't worry.
Another day, another infernal harrow storm.
If you have any experience with jails or escapes, I could make use of it. Is the storm over? Are we safe? And did you see how much damage the Tower of the Wolf sustained?
Everything will be alright. The princess and her allies stopped the Herald Storm and killed the treacherous High King.
Ah, bloody mages and their bloody tricks.
Hello? Is that you, Doughty Assistant? Oh, Beck. You got the intention to, yes? Read it quickly. You'll be surprised to hear that life as a bottle does not suit me. How should I know? I'm a historian, not a hedge wizard. Just use your best judgment. I have near total faith in you. Yes, yes, that's it. I can feel the illusion's grip loosening. Keep gliding. Yes, I think that's right. I can feel the glass cracking around me. Keep going. Speak the final line. That's it.
Yeah.
Ah, finally! Let's see. Legs, arms, stylish coiffure. Yes, looks like everything's as it should be. What a relief. A pleasure to meet you in the flesh. As I said before, I am Narcissus Dren. You are? Whoever you are, charmed. Now to business. We need to find Maelmort's Mysterium. Yes, we need his journal. The librarian refused to share it with me. Ridiculous. Oh, the usual inanities of frumpy book hoarders. I might have torn one of the pages. Honestly, you'd barely notice. But you know how librarians are. Spill a drink, or talk too loudly, or rip a few pages, and wham! They cast you out on your ear. Ugh. A prickly Argonian named Dean Velaz. She works in the Mages Guild Library in Solitude. I might have said a few indecorous things about her beady little eyes. My fault. But people who stand in the way of discovery really get my dander up. Yes, of course. Narcissus Dren is always true to his word. If you assist me in following the clues laid out in Maelmort's journal, I will gladly share the wonders of his Mysterium with you. Borfrey! Why in Beck's name did you bring my belongings out onto the street?
Master Dren, I'm terribly sorry. I just thought you were hollering so loud, maybe I should let you cool down a bit. And I didn't have any coin for the innkeeper. You, want some stew?
I most certainly do not. Gather my effects. We look like deranged indigents out here.
Well? Why couldn't the dwarf's infernal contraptions vanish along this end?
Ilazon is disappointed in these Solitude nodes. No empathy for one seeking his lost sister. Bandari this one might be. But Ilazon deserves basic respect, even while among these strangers.
I'm not sure if you're aware of the Way of the Voice. The Nords don't discuss it much with outsiders. The Thum, or voice, is a Nord form of magic. The Way involves some concept of true need. I'm still trying to understand what that means.
I hope you didn't come from the eastern kingdoms of the Nords. If you did, you might consider keeping that to yourself. To say the Nords of Solitude disdain Yorin is an understatement. I sell the best shiny things in Solitude. You'd look magnificent with some of my sparkling jewelry.
No.
Having traveled through many Nord holds, including those within Yoren's grasp, I can say with some authority that Solitude contains the most knowledge-free bunch of folk I've ever met. Though those in Morthal with their rustic charms come close.
Welcome to the Mages Guild Library. Please handle our books and scrolls with the care they deserve. I already cast out a careless dark elf. I pray that I will not have to ask anyone else to leave today. Ugh. Do you work with that strutting guard Narcissus Dren? The famed scholar? Scholar my shedding tail scales. He tore a page in a valuable book. And I suspect he stole one of Melmoth's scrolls. What reason could I possibly have to help you? I knew it. Wise of him to send an associate like you to offer an olive branch. Cowardly, but wise. Far superior to Narcissus Dren is no great accomplishment. Nonetheless, I feel I can trust you. It's there on the table. Do not prove me wrong on this. We treasure all arcane texts. but Maelmoth's riddles are of special interest to the guild. The journal is just there on the table. I should warn you, Maelmoth was mad as a sack of weasels. Whatever you intend to do with the text, I doubt it will be worth the effort.
This one is not superstitious. That brings bad luck.
About time I found someone whose spine wasn't bent with age. Dark clouds are gathering over the Western Kingdom. Harrow storms, they're called. The conjurings of Reachman witchcraft. Unfortunately, there are more reports of these unholy storms than folk willing to brave them. What the Swords of Solitude needs is a group of volunteers with the guts to wade into a few of these Harrow storms and stop the accursed witchwork that is causing these fell winds to blow. Thumb's grief, young blood. I've told you all I needed, haven't I? If I was in my prime, I'd be halfway to Mor Khazgor by now.
Who's this? Strong, sober, well-equipped? The coterie of organized scholars needs adventurers of your stripe. Our research very much depends on it. Our fieldwork is fascinating, satisfying, and it pays quite... well, there is payment. Interesting. The coterie's resident paranormal scholar needs help studying the migratory behavior of spirits after significant durations of imprisonment. Ethically sourced, of course. There's an ancient Nord prison called Midnight Barrow. Our research indicates history's worst criminals were entombed there, and their spirits trapped within Umbric urns. All you need to do is smash those urns and observe the results. If you haven't already seen to it, check in with the scholar running this study. They're most eager to see it get underway.
The Swords of Solitude are short on volunteers and full on trouble. There's honest gold aplenty if you've got enough spine for the work. An explorer limped into town, warning of a giant dwarven colossus, endlessly building upon itself somewhere far beneath the earth. I'd say let sleeping dwarves lie, but the explorer believes the thing will only grow more large and dangerous with time. Destroy it, and any dwarven scrap laying around as well. Just to be sure the thing doesn't somehow repair itself if you manage to break it. Here's where the... Quick and be victorious. The Swords of Solitude...
I'm telling them it's true, but do they listen? I know I've got a few knots on my head the size of a pear, but I didn't imagine a giant dwarven construct scooping up scrap to cobble onto itself. It's real! Well, I'll be. I thought Hidaver was just telling me they'd look into it to get me to go away. She told you that it's some sort of colossus. A big lumbering thing with whirling blades that spray fire and steam everywhere, and that is getting bigger. Sturdy as dwarven works can be, they aren't invulnerable. I'm certain this strange thing has a weakness. It keeps building upon itself, but who knows if it's very good at it? You might knock one bolt loose and collapse the whole thing to pieces. I think it was Blackreach. Beyond the ruin, it was endless caverns lit by glowing fungus and crystals. Like nothing I've ever seen. I didn't wander far, but I found a working dwarven lift and rode it out of the darkness before anything noticed me.
I don't want to go back to Blackreach.
Maybe I'll head back to those ruins once you've stopped that mechanical terror. There are bound to be some less dangerous discoveries to be made. Well, I'll be. I thought sturdy as dwarf. I think maybe I'll head back to those ruins once...
Ah, assistant. It's about time. So, any luck with that cold-blooded librarian? Excellent. I must admit I had my doubts, but you're turning out to be a model employee. Assistant. Partner? Now, if you just hand it over, I can try to untangle Maelmoth's riddles and set us on the right path. She would. This text reveals Maelmoth's mysterium, his trove to arcane trinkets and treasures. Now, just give me a moment to, Yes, I have it. This clearly refers to a meditation grotto near Kilcreath, one of Shalador's old haunts.
No!
Well, to be frank, this seems too good to be true. A single riddle leading to our prize? Too easy. Then again, things often come easy to an adventurer of my caliber. I have some business to conclude here. I'll meet you at Kilcreath once I'm finished. How would I not? Ancient mysteries are Narcissus Dren's stock in trade. No arcane relic or lost antiquity evades my gaze for long. Surely you've read some of my books? They're bestsellers, assistant. I can get you some, at a very reasonable price. Advanced scholarship always involves a bit of give and take. For example, an elderly mage I met in Riften made a, modest contribution. But make no mistake, it was I who cracked Melmoth's riddles. He was, for a time, struck me as something of an obsession, if I'm being honest. 50 years he's been at this Melmoth business. 50 years! Oh, can you imagine? That might be a reasonable period of study for an elf, but for a Nord? Ooh, it's untenable. Of course I did. What kind of Mer would I be if I let that doddering fossil waste his scant remaining years chasing riddles like this? I may be ambitious, but I am never cruel. I took his notes as a personal and professional courtesy. Yes, of course, all the credit he deserves. I am generous with my praise. You'll see soon enough, assistant.
Exotic, enchanted goods, guaranteed...
Ah, there you are. Yes, I'd say this looks like the right place. What's this then? A lever of some kind? Well, you did arrive first. Fair's fair. Go ahead and pull it, won't you? Watch and learn, assistant. Now that I've graciously shown you what can go wrong, you give it a try. Look, something appeared. A scroll of some kind. Let me guess. Another array of tiresome clues? Ugh. Do you have any idea how many clues I've worked through thus far? That bottle nonsense from before? That was just one of many chapters in this ridiculous saga. Oh, enough grousing. Out with it! Ah, yes. A reference to his passing fancy with poetry and romance. Was Meomoth a cunning illusionist? Yes. Was he a master wordsmith? Hardly. I don't know about the flowers, but this bit about Lady of the Winter Winds likely points to Kyne. Yes, the Nord storm goddess. I'm not aware of any connections between Kyne and flowers, but an ancient shrine dedicated to her lies southwest of here, near Chillwind Depths. I'll mark it on your map. Meet me there, all right?
God, I thought they were chasing me. Is that a... That's a pig! Oh, that was a troll.
Do I even dare hope you have another supplier? Or shall I savor this drink?
I thought I might do business with a few trolls, actually. They have excellent mead.
We really gave those Reach bastards what they had coming. Thanks for your help. We couldn't have... I don't know about the rest of the garrison, but I plan on drinking my fill of mead and celebrating a job well done.
Never trust a Reachman. That's what I always say. Or, at least that's what I say now. I swear to you, this won't happen again. I'll deal with more trustworthy sources from now on.
Oh, that was
And
scary.
thank you for saving Uling. I'd be lost without the old oaf. Don't worry, I learned my lesson. Provided Captain Hingrid doesn't skin me alive for this.
Oh.
An intricate plot by the Reachmen. This doesn't bode well.
None of those dialogues have changed.
I heard that you were there when the Reachmen... Plan to pick up a rake and help me? No? Then off you go.
Bye, Frizzy. Should throw knives. I just ran over a bird. It's a frog.
Carry the divines with you.
Path to flower petals? Oh, path to a headache, I'd say. Damn this! Assistant? Why don't you take a crack at it? Blooms for grieving widows. Dragon's tongue for ancient throats. Oh, nonsense, the lot of it. Oh, I fail to see how flowers have anything to do with these sconces. Probably a red herring. Very common in this sort of riddle. But don't let me stop you. Truthfully, I could use a break from all this foolishness. Oh, glad to see I'm not the only one struggling here. Reread the riddle and try again, Assistant.
Two, 4. So 2, 4, 3, 1. Two. Four. 3, 1.
Oh, that did it! And another scroll. What a surprise.
Bear, you're in the way.
So, what's next on the agenda? Sorting pigs by ear size? A guar steak eating contest? At this point, nothing would surprise me. Doors, huh? Perhaps we're finally nearing the end of this. Yes, I see now. This final line about feline faith, it's a clear reference to Sabercat's Leap, a rocky precipice southwest of Morthal. I don't know of any doors there, though. Oh, you're probably right. I tell you this, though. If these illusory doors lead to nowhere, I will be very put out. Only one way to know for sure. Make your way to Sabercat's Leap. I'll meet you there.
Yeah, you run. They're coming after me and you. Oh my god, what is that? Ooh.
Here. This one is so very thirsty. Can we drink from him yet?
Not too much. We need him alive to be harrowed.
Thank you, friend. You saved me.
Huh. I feel like that'll kick my ass if I do that. Gonna try. Oh yeah, most definitely. Gonna kick my ass. Right, go there with people.
Well, this puzzle seems easy enough. It's just a matter of simple deduction.
Oh.
Aha! I have it. Observe! No. I used that one to illustrate the consequences of hasty choices. Remember?
Did it hurt?
Had you going there for a moment, didn't I? I just wanted to illustrate the perils of overconfidence, a critical lesson for dashing heroes like us. Now, feel free to solve the puzzle. I'll observe from over here. Of course I do. But what kind of historian would I be if I robbed my assistants of the opportunity to achieve great things on their own? Now enough accusations. You have a puzzle to solve. A clue? Very well. Read the riddle. Only one of these doors is correct. Am I? Or is the riddle simply repeating what I said? To you, perhaps. It makes perfect sense to me and my hordes of loyal readers. I did mention that I'm a best-selling writer, didn't I? Perhaps when you've published some award-winning tomes, we can discuss who does and does not make sense.
I guess not. That's not it either, though. Maybe it's this one.
Wrong! I expect better of my assistants. Try again.
Okay, so it's 4.
Last mail moths. Wait, another scroll? Oh, by the 3. If this isn't the last one, I quit. What did this note say? He asked, expecting a ludicrous response. Vec be praised! In all my years of study and adventure, I have never faced a more frustrating foe than this idiot mail moth. And he's dead. Can you even imagine how insufferable he must have been while he was alive? Mercifully, I believe you're right. Naturally, parting company with me will be difficult, but you'll muddle through somehow. Come on, assistant. Let's bring this farce to a close, shall we? The Mysterium awaits. Onward!
There's gonna be dead things in here.
Another door.
meddlesome miscreants inside the Mysterium!
Is that a key on the pedestal? Snatch it up, quick! Good. Now, let's finally get a look at Melmoth's mysteries.
Watch, it's gonna be empty.
At last! Melmoth's... Wait! What is all this? This isn't treasure. This is junk! Damn that addle-brained wizard. It's just another trick. It has to be. Ah, look there. A book. Step lively, assistant. Have a look at that tome while I piece this together. Look there. An X on the floor. A gate of some kind?
Right, so don't touch that.
One last riddle, assistant. One final test. Then we will reap the rewards. So, tell me, what did Melmoth's tome reveal? Of course! How could I have missed such an exquisite antiquity? Granted, most of these items are worthless trinkets and oddities, but with some modest poetic license, I could turn that bottle into something truly extraordinary for my readers. A testament to its value, no doubt. Now, a less experienced historian might be troubled by the comically threatening X on the floor, but we know better. Melmoth would only place such a symbol to confuse us, right? Right. It's perfectly safe. Oh, well, yes, of course it would trigger another illusion. I knew that. You passed the test, assistant. Superb reasoning. And now we let the grim resignation set in. Now I will do what I always do in situations like this. Hyperbolize. With some clever prose and a few creative liberties, I can spin this into a yarn worthy of Narcissus Dren. As for you, I suppose you should return Melmoth's journal to Dean Velaz. What? Your mistakes? No, you wound me. I would never cast you in an unflattering light. No. You'll be a mysterious figure assisting from far, far, far back in the shadows. A helpful but discreet partner.
there! Please! I need help! I didn't think I'd find anyone out here in this frozen wasteland. You, my friend, are a glorious sight. I'm part of the crew from the merchant ship Silver Cormorant. The snows overtook us, trapped us in the ice. Now our shipmates are missing, and we're out of food. I went looking for both. Please, I can't go on. The frost will take my toes soon. If we just had some meat, we could last a few more days, I'm sure. I tried to kill a horker earlier, but my hands were frozen, and I dropped my hunting knife. Please, my crewmates will starve to death if help doesn't come. I'll head back to the ship. I'm no good to anyone if I lose my toes. I'm glad you came along when you did. Hopefully you can... Not far. She's still afloat, but she's trapped in the ice. It was a nightmare. Clear one moment, then the sky grew dark. The snow howled like a beast. And the ice... black ice. I didn't know water could freeze up that fast. It was a last resort. It was either send someone out into the cold or just sit there and accept our fate. Someone had to try. Not that I've done anything out here.
What did you do?
We're hungry but peaceful, my friend. Be welcome. Blade's Edge, this is incredible. This meat will see us through the next few days. Longer if we're careful. Thank you, friend. Now that we're not in danger of starving, we need to find our missing crew members. 4 of our crew were taken from the ship in the night by some kind of beast. All fur and fangs. It hit us after dark, so none of us got a good look. The captain and first mate went to look for them earlier this morning, and never returned. I fear the beast got to them. Or worse, they're lost in this damn storm and slowly freezing to death. You've helped us once already. Do you think you could search for them? I still have injured people to take care of aboard the ship.
No.
Last we saw the captain and Drixon, they were following tracks due east. Not really. Most everyone on the ship has a different opinion. Only thing we can agree on is that it was big. Real big. But it was dark.
Was it a troll?
None of us could get a good look. I know I heard snarling. That's about it. No. It was larger than that. Smarter, too. No bear could have gotten up onto the deck and stolen our people from their cots like that. Just trading. We came from Rihad and Hammerfell. It's too bad we weren't bringing food. I would have gladly paid for the lost merchandise if it kept my people alive for a little while.
Was it a saber cat?
I didn't think anyone would ever find me out here. If not for you, I'd be a frozen corpse in a few hours. Captain Mavok and I left the Cormorant together, tracking a monstrous beast. It was pulling a cart stacked with corpses. And some of our crew, I fear. Once we got close, we realized it wasn't some horrifying monster. Just a Khajiit. Big one. Tried to. The thing tossed me like a rag doll and knocked the captain out cold. Threw him on the cart and hauled him straight into the blizzard. I'm too weak to fight, but I can still accompany you to find my people. I saw which way the beast went. We have to find Captain Mavok. Blizzard. It's getting worse. This must be the camp. Keep an eye out for the captain.
Ah! That is a big one. Parade around in the cold all I want, but until actually like a quest and I have to be cold for, I'm not.
Collecting corpses? Gods. But that amulet... I wonder if it's around here somewhere. That amulet... It almost seems like it's calming the blizzard.
Oh, no.
Look up the hill. Those ruins were hidden by the storm. Is that Vergla Hollow?
Yes. I'll be right back. Never mind. Okay, never mind then. I'm gonna... Oh, I thought that was a bear. Soft. Where did I put my phone? Excuse me. I'll be right back. Hey, stop making some noise. Can't open IT sticker. Is that a bear? Oh, fuck.
Mondahan! What's become of you? Mondahan was our cook. What did that monster do to him?
Turn into an ice cube.
You are not Zanuck. Should I assume that you are here to kill me?
Voice sends a chill through me. That must be Favret.
Who?
What kind of horrible place is this? Ice doesn't look natural. Maybe the amulet could melt it. Did it! The amulet destroyed the ice.
Perhaps I deserve death. I destroy as easily as I create. I taint that which I love.
Marine! No! This must be Maxton's doing.
But fret not. Your people serve a higher purpose now. I have given them life anew.
Turga! No!
I will not let my shame snuff out the power I have wrought. I must finish my work.
We must be getting close.
Why do you refuse my gifts? Why does no one understand the beauty of what I offer?
Help me! Destroy the frozen dais! It's where she draws her power! moment longer. I need to see the sky!
You did it, friend. Meet us back at the ship.
No! Okay, they left. We're fine.
After we resupply and get ourselves out of this ice, we can get underway again.
Fine work, Drixon. I'm proud of this crew, as always. Ah, my savior. I apologize for running off like that, but I had to ensure my crew was safe. I'm glad you're here now. The Silver Cormorant owes you a great debt, stranger. Our dead will be missed dearly. We'll make sure they have a proper funeral after all is said and done. This crew is family. We mourn together, but we endure together too. You've given us the luxury to do both. Looks that way, thanks to you. With any luck, we might even be able to salvage the Cormorant. She's a fine ship. Please, take this. I wish I had more to give.
Oh yeah, I was actually doing something.
The Divine... Looks that... Better, now that I'm not in danger of turning into one of those frozen thralls. I was halfway there when you and Drigson showed up. Thought I was done for. That woman was a terror. Was that her name? Doesn't matter. I'm just glad she's gone. There was such darkness in her eyes. Pain, too. Bone deep pain. It was eating her up. I could feel it even as I stood there, freezing to death. Free the Silver Cormorant from the ice and assess her damage. It'll take some doing to get her free, but this crew isn't averse to hard work. In the meantime, I sent a few of them to Morthal to gather supplies. Now that the storm has settled and my crew heartened, we're much better equipped to handle the delay. Supplies from Morthal will help too. We've gotten through the worst of it. Now the only way to move is forward.
Turga never hurt no one. She was a good sailor and my best friend. I'll miss her, but at least now we know what became of her. Thanks for seeing this through.
I hate that the bodies of those we lost won't be committed to the sea. But I know they would want us to carry on. Know that we have a fighting chance. Thank you, Wayfarer. The ship and crew owe you their lives.
No. How did... Oh. Makes sense.
We lost a few good sailors. It's true. Drixton says she will honor them with a plaque. But we all knew the risks when we signed on. Once we get the Cormorant back in the water, we'll make it back to port and carry on.
Oh yeah, now I gotta figure out what I'm doing.
fight.
Oh, fuck.
Nears completion. Enjoy your freedom from oblivion.
Oh my god, I'm going to die.
Wolf attacks? Ghosts? Word of warning. Don't wander around the outskirts of Morthal if you can avoid it. Something evil stalks the hills. That's what they're saying down at the tavern. Ghosts appearing from snowstorms. Undead attacks on the road. Just as I left, a group of farmers came into town shouting about skeleton wolves. These woods are cursed. Headed towards the middle of town seeking help, last I saw. Lady Ninetha usually assists the wounded after animal attacks. But she can't handle something unnatural like this on her own. If you're willing, maybe you could offer some help? I'm sure she'd appreciate your assistance. As for me, I'm getting as far from here as possible until this blows over. Hopefully this blows over soon so I can come back. I prefer Morthal when it's quiet. She is Jarl Redhan's wife, but that doesn't really describe everything she does for Morthal. She watches over people here, sorts out disputes, makes sure people get help when injured, that sort of thing. Hopefully she figures this all out.
Wolves of ice and bone attacked Brune, my lady, and he saw ghosts.
Ghosts? Nonsense. Get him to the inn and I'll do what I can.
Come on, let's warm you up.
The rubes and oafs that reside in this town see spooks under every fish barrel. Normal animal attacks become works of supreme evil in their minds. My husband and I have too much on our plate to spend time investigating every wolf fight. I couldn't get much out of Brune, but it seems wolves attacked Havel's farm over to the west. He claims the beasts were only bones and covered in ice. I'm not inclined to believe him. People here tend to view the truth through their mead. Wolf packs do roam around the outskirts of town. Occasionally they snatch away a chicken or a goat. But attacking groups of people is unusual. Tell you what, could you go to the farm and get the truth? There would be coin in it for you. Excellent. The people of Morthal are basically good. They just let their imaginations run wild. Learning the truth of this attack could help curb any future issues with the wolves. I'll check on Brune at the tavern. His shivering concerns me. Oh, one can't live in this world without encountering a stray specter. Seeing chains drop from the sky changes what we accept as normal. And magic impacts all our lives, of course. Let's say I'm skeptical. The people of Morthal spend their days fishing, cutting logs, and drinking. They don't leave town, and outsiders don't visit. Spreading wild tales is what passes for entertainment here. Last week, Bandor accused Invisible Reeker of stealing his beard comb. The mill ceased operation completely while the town searched for holes in the ground where they might be hiding. We found it in the stables where he'd been grooming the horses. Indeed. I am proud to call him my husband. Without his strength, this town would certainly fall apart. When I arrived in Morthal for our wedding, I believed my life was over.
But Red Harden made us a fine home here, for which I am grateful. Gods, no. I hoped my diction would show that. Perhaps I've lived here long enough to adopt their backwards speech. I came from Solitude originally. My father was a wealthy merchant who needed access to Morthal's lumber. Thus, my wedding. Oh, one can't live in...
But I just...
Hey, you! Come over here before those zombies get you! Are you mad? Don't step foot anywhere near that farm. Those bone wolves will rip you apart, limb from limb. They turned everyone there into zombies. By Moloch's nethers, what else would you call them? Felt like just a normal day of working the field. Then a freak storm blows in. Heard whispers on the wind, and saw a woman's ghost in the snow. That's when the beast swarmed from nowhere. Anyone brought down by wolves turned. Their skin shriveled and froze before my eyes. Then they attacked me. People I've known for years. Havel, the guy who owns the farm, holed up in the house. Could you check on him? I'm worried for his safety. Still think you're mad, but I appreciate that you're willing to check on Havel. He's a grumpy old coot, but he doesn't deserve whatever this is. You'll need a key to the house. One of the farmhands should have one, if you can take it from them. They started off faint, like a low murmur. As the storm grew, we could make out words and laughter, like from a child. Then we saw the spirit in the storm. A young woman running toward us through the field. I've never been so scared. The spirit faded before reaching us. I thought perhaps the storm had played tricks on my eyes. But the shocked look on Havel's face, it seemed like he recognized her. Before I could ask him, the wolves attacked. When those bone wolves came out of the storm, we scattered. Some people tried to defend themselves with rakes, but we're farmers, not warriors. Other than myself and maybe Havel, I don't know who else is still alive. Brune's still alive? One of those tusking wolves latched onto his leg, but that didn't slow him down. He fended it off with a hammer and kept running. If he can make it to town, maybe I can as well. Think...
weapons sharp and close.
Who is that? If you came to eat me, you better turn right around. What are you doing in my house? First, all my workers rot away into monsters because of frozen skeleton wolves. And now strangers are traipsing about my home? You saw those creatures in the field? If I leave, they'll make me like them. I have all I need in here to hold out until they are gone. Besides, I'm not ready to see who's waiting for me out there again. I saw the spirit of someone we thought disappeared years ago. The Jarl and Lady's daughter, Freywin. They never talk about it. Too painful, I suppose. I guess she died if that's her ghost who brought these cursed wolves on us. No clue why she'd bring this upon us. Freywin always loved visiting the farm. Actually, there's someone who might know about Freywin's fate. A clever woman who speaks with spirits named Old Mjolnir. Perhaps you could ask her to help fix all this. Her hut lies to the northeast. She is a strange one for sure, always stealing my chickens for her unnatural magics. But she's the only one who understands the ways of ghosts. In the meantime, I'm going to stay right here until this all blows over. That old witch makes my skin crawl. Using chicken bones and blood for magic is unnatural. Anyone who works with Shor's power should be watched closely. But they say she talks to spirits. Might be helpful when convincing Freywin's ghost to leave. Oh yes, even as a little girl, she'd wander out here on her own. Always giggled while chasing the chickens around the field. Eventually, Lady Ninetha would arrive to bring her home, apologizing for the disruption. But I never minded. It was nice. Well, I heard things. Morthal is a small town, and people talk. Stuff about evil wizards kidnapping her. But I keep to myself and focus on the farm. No time for storybook tales.
Chickens, Hubble?
Of course, my dear. Go ahead and grab some seed.
Another traveler approaches. Come, Warm yourself. Another traveler approaches. Ah, so you come to me again. Were our dealings with your pale friend not enough? Well, get close to the fire. Warm up. Pose your question. Wondered when they would send someone. Zone outsider surprises me. Yes, I know the fleshless fools. But a ghost of young Freywin? Disturbing. I may have answers for this haunting, but I'll need cursed specimens to study. You will get them. Blood and tissue. Tear some decayed skin off an affected person and scrape dried blood from a cursed wolf. Bring me these things so I can understand what kind of magic we're dealing with. I fear there is more to Freywin's haunting than we realize. Good. Go on. Return here when you have the samples. A simple ritual because I'm smarter than most Nords? I jest. People from the north fear magic. Don't understand it? Must be dangerous. They believe my power comes from that trickster Shor. If he was so clever, then I must be too. At least as Nords see it. Out of sight, out of mind. The fools believe they can ward off magic's consequences by pushing it away. And yet I'm the first person they visit when someone gets sick, or they think they see Daedra. I did. She was beloved by the whole town, even those of us pushed to the edges. Her disappearance hit hard, and the circumstances... well... No, I will not tell you what is not yours to know. At least until I can see what causes these attacks. Come back with the samples and you may learn more. Now, where did I put those rune stones? Such sloppy magic. Untrained. The scent of death enters my nose. Your time with the cursed creatures has marked you. Let's hope not permanently. While you hunted, my studies proved fruitful. You have the blood and skin I require. They will complete my understanding. Yes, these will do nicely. Fresh, intact, thrumming with magic. This shall make the ritual easy. They have an icy burn to the touch. Hope they weren't too much trouble. Perhaps those walking corpses willingly gave up their skin? Many things. Is this a spell or a curse? Where does it get its power? Magic holds unique patterns, like footprints in the snow. If it's known to me, perhaps you can track the source. But first, I must extract this knowledge. Good. I won't be. Just as I feared. Come, listen to a tale. The ritual bears out my fears. I recognize the curse corrupting life around Morthal. Years ago, a death mage named Maxton killed a group of town guards at Kienstag Ruins. The same magic she used then now animates these undead. All I know are whispers. They say Maxton kidnapped Freywin and forced her into the ruins. Naturally, the Jarl dispatched the guards to rescue his daughter. But just as they arrived, a tempest of ice arose that froze the soldiers where they stood. Vanished. Until now, it seems. Though the link between Freywin's ghost and this curse still remains unclear. To find a cure, I need Maxton's original spell. Go east to the ruins. Retrieve anything that could reveal the nature of her work. Good. Meet me in Morthal with what you find. I wish to examine the wounds made by these undead. And take this rune. It bears an enchantment that will ward you from the curse's worst effects. At least, temporarily. As I said, she was a conjurer of death. From what I have seen, her magical understanding is incomplete. This curse is wild and sloppy. She approaches power like a babe crawling into a giant's camp. A shame that Freywin became caught in it. I never spoke with her, but rumors still sometimes drift into my camp. Maxton was a mystery in Morthal. Appeared late one evening to rent a bed at the tavern. No one saw her in the day except to bring food. At night, she left to wander the woods. Oh, a forest night stroll is not so odd for a mage. It's the best time to collect mushrooms. And dug-up bones hold the most power in the moonlight. But Maxton sought something in the woods. Perhaps she found it among the ruins. This I don't know. Let us hope that whatever you find in the Kienstag ruins reveals what she wanted with the young woman. Interesting. Even as a child, Freywin wandered outside Morthal to visit her people. She would come to my hut without fear. I would prepare her rabbit stew as we discussed her life. She told me once that Hovel's farm brought her great joy. An excellent question. So many of the answers elude me for now. With any luck, you will know more once we meet again. A simple stone imbued with the warmth of life. After the events at Kienstag Ruins, I explored new paths of magic for counteracting necromancy. One such trial led to the rune you hold. It should protect you from the worst of the curse's effects. Do you doubt my ability? My practice of magic extends back to when I first heard Shore's whispers as a child. Have faith when I say the rune will protect you. And if it doesn't, well then, I'll visit your frozen statue. A shame, but no. We require something much more powerful to undo magic this strong. Energy directly connected to the curse's origins. The rabbit blood from which I drew the magicka to charge that rune will not suffice.
I don't want to go back.
What if something goes wrong? Absolutely. I've researched this ritual for years. I just need your help.
sure about this, my love. What if something goes wrong?
Absolutely. I've researched this ritual for years. I just need your help.
That's annoying.
sure about this, my love. What if something goes wrong?
Absolutely. I've researched this ritual for years. I just need your help.
Leave these ruins. Explain why you're following me. Who are you? And why do you pursue me? First at Havel's farm, and now you emerge unscathed from these accursed ruins. If Maxton sent you to bring me back to her, I won't go. Everyone should just stay away before I kill them as well. I still live. For now. The curse I carry will kill me soon enough. I only hope to die close to home. I didn't want to destroy any more lives, or watch memories from my life resurrected to taunt me. Its power grows as it feeds off my life energy. The curse ends once I am gone. I only wish I could say goodbye to my parents. I know it is not my place to ask favors, but could you bring my mother a message? Tell her I'm sorry for everything. Thank you, stranger. Please bring her this locket so she knows the message is from me. Tell Mother not to worry. There's a place I love nearby where I can watch the good people of Morthal live their lives. I can be happy there in my final moments. Oh yes, she was. I loved her dearly, and I truly believe Maxton loved me back. When she realized she'd accidentally cursed me, she swore to find a cure. But as time went on, growing her necromantic power became her only interest. I wish this news surprised me. After I left to come home, I feared Maxton would no longer reign in her desire for power. Her ambition attracted me when we first met. Over time, she grew increasingly fixated. Eventually, I no longer recognized her. Is that what they say? No. I willingly joined her ritual, which makes me just as guilty for all this death. Maybe I should have convinced her not to chase so much power. We might still be together then. This was not what she planned. Maxton believed she could improve her magical ability by communing with the powerful spirits that inhabit Kienstag ruins. She asked my help with performing a summoning ritual, but it went horribly wrong. Maxton misjudged the ritual's difficulty. As she struggled, ice grew over the walls, and winds blew wildly. She almost gained control, but suddenly Thane Alstrom and his guards stormed the ruins. Maxton's focus slipped, and the ritual exploded. It shames me to admit, but yes, all those soldiers, my friends and neighbors, dead because of my actions. And now my return home killed even more people. Being near the end is a blessing.
Ow.
Can you help him, witch?
The curse rots his flesh. I've done what I can, but it won't last. Ah, you return. I welcome any good news. Keeping this man from death tests the limits of my skill. Before we speak, Lady Ninetha wants to see you. I told her of what you saw at the farm. This understandably distressed her.
There's a fox head on your shoulder.
Good, you're back. Old Mjolnir told me of your discovery at the farm. She believes that Freywin's ghost somehow heralds this curse. I held out hope of her survival for years. Perhaps finally knowing her fate brings some relief despite it all. Still alive? I can't believe it. After all these years, Freywin finally comes home and you tell me she's dying? Why would she have you deliver this locket? I must see her. There is so much to say. Where is she? Take me to her. Is that by the water where the boats dock? Or perhaps her bedroom where she watched people from the window? The tree! Oh, Freywin, that old tree in the forest above Morthal. She would spend hours there. We must go now. But you survived? Oh, the clever woman protected you. Speak with old Mjolnir, please. She knows so much more about magic than anyone in Morthal. There must be something that can cure my daughter. Thank you. I need a moment to process everything you told me. And hold on to the locket. I refuse to take it while there's still hope to keep Freywin alive.
So you found Freywin alive, did you? An unexpected but welcome turn of events. We may yet be able to save her. What did you bring me from the ruins? I must know more about the necromancer's plans. Let me see. Awful. The fantasies of a child. Playing with magic like this invites danger. The energies at the ruins surely overwhelmed her. But this shard... Tell me, did Freywin explain the visions of her ghost to you? Yes, this is what I needed to know. Maxton's reach will consume the spirits in the ruins. She wished to gain power by absorbing their memories. Freywin's curse drains her life energy, then manifests it as her own memories. This is how we cure her. By flooding her with her own life force, we can burn out the curse. Give me her locket. Ah, yes. It hums with emotional power. Once attuned, you can absorb Freywin's memory. Good. Here is the locket. Ninetha mentioned two places Freywin enjoyed. The docks and her bedroom. You may find manifestations there. When you're done, meet me back here at the tavern. Then we'll proceed. Ah, well, you see, back in the... Actually, no. Perhaps that secret should fade into dust. These events show that those ruins best remain undisturbed. Did you hear? They finally freed Fort Mort...
monsters?
We'll have a good time on the water.
Ah, yes. I loved exploring. I can't wait to do it again.
Quickly, to me! Our time is short. Your return may be too late. Lady Ninetha ran off to meet Freywen at the trees she described. She wanted to be with her before the end. If we don't act quickly, she will die. Then we can put an end to this tragedy. But we must act now. Go! Join them at the large tree overlooking Morthal to the east. I will meet you after I prepare. Bring it with you. As my ritual to cure Freywen culminates, you must hold the locket before you. Her life energy will rush into her, and the curse should break. I warn you, this may be painful for her, but it is necessary. When you arrive, wait for me. Do not let them do anything rash. I will not be long. Do this and Morthal will be rid of this curse forever. Now hurry!
Mother, you can't be here. It will kill you.
Freywen, I thought you died. I can't leave you, even if it kills me.
It's already killing you. Please, get away from me. Mother, no!
Ninetha? Oh no, we must act quickly. Use the necklace on my command.
Ah! It burns! Mother!
Hurry! Use the necklace. Release the energy within.
What's happening?
God, spread even for me.
You did it. I can't believe it. You brought my Freywen back to me. Thank you. I have so many questions for her. And the Jarl, he still doesn't even know. We must... Please, give me a moment. I think so. I could feel my skin freeze over. For a brief moment, I thought the end was upon me. All I wanted was for Freywen to know she wasn't alone. I don't know, truly. Freywen's return will raise many questions in Morthal. The Jarl and I must discuss what to say, if we say anything at all about what happened here. I promised you payment at the beginning of this. Here, I am deeply grateful. Morthal, I don't know.
It is finished. You performed well. Better than any other I would have found in Morthal. This is more activity than I have grown used to. Perhaps I should find a replacement so old Mjolnir can finally rest. I believe so, yes. We may see lingering effects across the land, but the source has extinguished. When we flooded Freywin with our own life energy, the curse drowned. Curious that Maxton never considered such an approach.
I have my daughter back. How can I ever repay any of you? Please, if you are ever in Morthal again, come see me. There will always be a warm fire waiting for you.
My skin, it's no longer blue. And my heart, I can feel it beating again. By all the gods, I'm alive. Whatever you and Yolen cast on me, it broke the curse. I feel heat course through my veins for the first time in years.
Oh, that's what's making the weird shit.
Freywin, are you all right?
Am I? Mother, I thought I'd killed you.
I would never leave you.
It's over now. Rest. Then we shall return to town. You two have much to discuss.
Preferably not here.
Careful not to disturb the fish, stranger. Hard enough to catch them as is. And even when I manage, they get stolen anyway. I'm sick of feeding thieves. I can barely feed my family. Yes, that's mine. Smells awful. Looks like something may have swallowed it. I guess that was the point, eh? Where did you find it? I'd hoped it was a wild animal. I'm sorry for whoever it was, but I didn't have a choice. My family is the most important thing to me. I won't let them starve or some thief makes off with a full belly. Yes, I do. Thanks to you. You've likely ensured my family will survive the winter. Thank you. Here, take this. I know it's not much, but I can't let you walk away empty-handed.
Pretty sure I don't have room for this either. Watch. Didn't think so.
Almost. Yes. Thanks again, friend. You've given me a sliver of hope in these dark times. I can't wait to get out on the water again. I'm much more inclined to fish now that I know I get to keep what I catch. Well, now that I know what the problem is, I've got an advantage. Smartest thing to do would be to save up some more money and do my best to safeguard my wares. Provided the fish keep biting, at least. You ever been hunting? You
You look like you've got some skills. A few more seasons and I'll be out of the soldiering business. Thinking of taking up hunting then. Probably safer, I'll bet. Though I suppose it depends on what you're hunting.
Look at them all, together.
Freywin, why don't you go down? Spend time with others.
How can I? It's caused so much pain. What if I don't belong here anymore?
Oh, darling.
It's good to see you again. I can't thank you enough for what you... It's good to see you again. I can't thank you enough for what you did. No more curse means I can be with my family again. Mother and I talked. She wishes to keep what happened a secret. I'm not so sure. We'll see what Father says about it. Still cold, but I feel warmer every hour I'm back home. I can actually feel the fire's heat now. But I'm still afraid to touch anyone. I worry that the people in Morthal won't accept me back. They whisper about me. Maybe coming home was wrong. I'll recover for now. Mother says I should take my time. We talked. A lot. She assured me that I can stay in Morthal. But the damage I did, it was awful. How can I forgive myself? Not yet. Father stays very busy. Mother says recent days have been taxing to him for some reason. I know he will be pleased I am home, but it would be nice if he told me himself.
Ah, I'm glad you've returned to Morthal. Freywin has slowly recovered. The curse took its toll over the years, and though she claims to understand it wasn't her fault, I know she still feels the guilt.
Grow.
I've spent so much time thinking about this moment that I don't know. There she is. But things have changed. She has changed. We need to get to know one another again. Maybe. I suggested she visit my sister and their children in Solitude. It's a big city with many people who don't know her. It could be a fresh start. The Jarl and I chose not to discuss the events that led to Freywin coming home. Most are suspicious, of course. Her arrival did coincide with the farm being overrun with undead. But, as I said, they are a superstitious bunch. Well, yes. But even if Freywin had returned under the most innocent of circumstances, stories would still be invented. So, best not to say anything and let them forget over time. Thank you again for your help. Please, visit Morthal anytime.
No.
I thought I could hole up in that farmhouse forever, but then I realized my mead supplies were dangerously low. That gave me the courage to sneak out and head into town. Now that the curse is over, I'll head back home soon, after I've restocked.
He recovered.
No more farm work for me, ever again. Once a person sees their friends torn apart by skeletal wolves, kinda makes you reconsider your life.
I'm glad Brune is going to live. He went through so much. But is it really a good idea for Freywin to come back here? After all that she's done? What if her curse comes back and kills us all?
that. Well, that's where I'm gonna leave it for tonight. Good night.